Welcome to Crafting with the Craft Lady. I will be your host, Erica, also known as the Craft Lady. Now, this is a new show I'm creating, and I'll give you a little backstory on how it was started and the purposes of it. Now, I've always loved to do arts and crafts. In fact, I know how to do quite a few of them. About a month ago or so, I saw in a magazine some more information about how you can uploading, YouTube videos, and I thought, you know what, I can do that. And so, with some thought, with some planning, some work, and with that idea, Crafting with the Craft Lady was created. Now, the purpose of what I really want to do with this show is to give and demonstrate crafting ideas. Plus, on occasion, I want to give you some creative ways to look at ordinary things. Now, my hope for this show is that I'll be able to inspire my give my viewers some great crafting ideas. And for those who, especially those who love to do crafts as well, like I do. Now, those who are not fellow crafters, who are not into crafts real well, I hope to inspire you to become a crafter yourself. And also, in the very least, what I want this show to do is to inspire you to look at your world in a more creative way. Now, in this episode, I'm going to show you, and by the way, this episode is called 2 Pieces of Paper Equals a Gift. Hard to believe, isn't it? Well, it's amazing what you can do with a little creativity. So, I'm going to show you how you can take these 2 pieces of plain construction paper and turn it into a gift. Now, what this is called, or what I call it, is a platted heart. It's a three-dimensional gift that you could give. If you look it up on the internet, the technical term is Swedish paper heart. I call it a platted heart. Now, to start off with, I'm going to give you a little background of how I learned how to make these. Now, I learned it from my grandmother, and my grandma, she and her brother, when they were younger, school age, they needed some Valentine's for school. They were having their Valentine's Day party, or Valentine's Day or something like that. And so my great-grandmother, my grandma's mom, made them for her, my grandma and her brother, for that day, and my grandma and her brother were able to give the teacher a platted heart as a Valentine's Day gift. Now, next up, I want to tell you how some of the uses of this gift. First of all, it's a gift, so one use is to give it. But by itself, you could give this. It'd be a cute little thinking of you card, or I love you card, or something like that. But you can also add stuff to it because it's three-dimensional. For example, you could add a note. You could add small toys, although I've never put small toys in here. I imagine you could. But I have done this. You can put candy in this. And so that's really sweet, like put kisses in it for Valentine's Day, or Christmas candy for Christmas. Now, I say Christmas because this is not just for Valentine's Day. You can use this for any holiday you want. You can just coordinate the colors accordingly. So, for example, Christmas, you might choose to go with a red and green. Valentine's Day, pink and red, or some sort of variation of that. Or if it's someone's birthday, use their favorite colors. Or if they graduated from a high school, elementary school, middle school, or higher education, coordinate the colors that. Or if your football game, you could do Alabama-Auburn colors, or whatever team you support. Also, you can display these. You can put them on a wall. That always looks pretty. You can put it on a window. It might act somewhat like a sun catcher. Although it's not transparent, it still might work that way. Also, you can turn these into Christmas ornaments or anytime ornaments. Some people put up ornaments for like Easter and stuff, and so you could if you wanted to. I'll show you how to do that at the end of this episode, though. Now, the supplies you'll need is, of course, 2 pieces of paper. You can use any sort of material that work with this, but and my great-grandmother actually used pretty paper, is how my grandma said it. But I'm going to use construction paper. It's a really good way to use, a good thing to use to make it look pretty. You're also going to need scissors And if there's children involved with this craft mixture, they're supervised with scissors. And if you choose to make an ornament, you'll need ribbon and you'll need tape. But we'll do that at the end, like I said. Now, to start off, we're going to take this piece of paper and we're going to fold it in half, hot dog style. Oh, excuse me, not hot dog, hamburger style. So, like this. And then you fold the other one. You don't have to use black and white. I'm just using it today so you'll have a good, so it'll be good contrasting color so you can see easier what I'm doing. So, now we got them folded. You have the folded ends together, very important, and you put them on the bottom. Now with the folded ends at the bottom, you're going to take and hold your paper and you're going to cut it in a shape that's kind of, it's like you start off, it's like a really long oval. I guess that would be the best way to describe it, or a rectangle that's rounded at the top. Whatever makes more sense to you. Anyway, so you cut it straight and you start rounding it off at the top. And these can be made any size, any color. They can be skinny, they can be short. They can be all kinds of things. So anyway, this will also give you a better idea of the shape. This is what's left over from the papers. Now what I find it's better to cut them together because you don't have to take as much time cutting the other page, and you just know they're in sync. So what you're going to do is cut strips like this. Now you don't have to do it in even and odd numbers, but it really helps if you do it in odd numbers. So I'm going to do 5 on this one, and I'm going to do it like this to make sure you can see what I'm doing. So it's 3. Oh, it's getting there. And here's 4, 5. Now, before I start, I'm going to just kind of guesstimate, I should say, with the scissors. That's a cross between between an estimation and a guess. And it's just more fun to say. So I'm just going to kind of gauge and see if I've got them high enough, because you need to have them high enough. I'm going to cut a little more, just a little. Make sure they're going to have enough room. And and that should do it. Okay. Now we have our 2 pieces of paper. They've been cut like this, and they've been cut in odd number strips. So that's what they look like that. Now I'm going to show you how you make this. Now this also, I guess you could call this a weaving technique, kind of. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the black. I'll set it on the table here so y'all can see. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take and put the first black row like this, because they're going to go like this. This is going to make the heart. And you slip it in, you slip the white into the black. And then you pull them together. So put in the black and pull together. Okay. And you only work on one row at a time. Next, that's part of it. Get all that out of the way so y'all can see what's going on. Okay, then the next thing, we're going to do a different type of stitch. It's not really a stitch, but different method of weaving, I should say. The next step is to take the white and open it up, and you stick the black in the white. So you've stuck the black into the white. Now you're just going to alternate to the end of your thing. And see, here at the end of your row, see, here's partly why it's better to do it in odds, because you're going to end up, the last row, it's going to end up looking exactly like the first row. You're going to end the same way you started, which is kind of helpful, in my opinion. Okay, so I just put the black in so here we go. We're doing an alternative weaves. I just put the black in the white, And now I'm going to put the white and the black, and that's the end of this row. So we're starting to have our plaited hearts. Yay! Now, the next row we're going to start a little differently. We're going to bring another row out, and it's good to slide this up whenever you get a chance, so you have more room when you get towards the bottom. Instead of starting the way I did up here, I'm going to do the alternative weaving technique. So instead of what I did there, I'm going to start by putting the black in the white. And sometimes this stuff tries to get in the way, but just get out of the way get it out of your way the best you can. Okay, so now we have this stitch started the next row. So it's really just alternating this whole pattern. So now I'm going to stick the white and the black. And then that's what it looks like. Whatever you stick in there is going to end up not showing up on that little square. So I just put the black and the white, and then I'm going to continue to the end of the row like that, and I'm going to end, I'm going to end this row how I started this row, because it's odd. It's odd numbered, I mean. Now, we've got our third one. We're going to start it how we started this first one. It's just alternating. Like on here you see, it's just the black's first and last, the white's first and last, and then black, white. It just goes like that. Now, I'll put the black, no, forget that. What I meant to say is put the white and the black. So we're going to start it like we did the top. It's a little hard to do in the air, but I'm trying my best to show y'all how. Make sure you all have a good picture of it. And these will not take all that long. I mean, 5 minutes or under, depending on how you want to do it. You can jazz it up too and add stuff to it, or just do different things with it. Okay, I'm going to pull this up gently now. You don't want to pull and rip accidentally. And next to last row I should say, we're going to start it like we did the second one. We're going to put the black in the white. And here we go. Now the white and the black. So the black will show up, and then to the end of the row like that. And white and black, and black and white. And you can also start it with either one, but I just like to do it this way. To me, it feels like it's more secured. Now we're on to the last row, so this is going to actually cover up the last part of your plaited heart. And we'll start it how I did the top because it's odd every other. And here we go. And it's just going to slip through there. If you find it's hard, like you didn't have enough room allowed, or it's just it's sliding down too much and you're running out of room down here, then you can take and trim it a little bit. Not where it's going to be noticeable, but just enough where it'll actually fit through these. This one I think will be fine though without trimming. Okay, almost done. So I put the black and the white on that one. And that's all it is. You put one in the other and then you swap which one goes in the other. That's basically all it is. So now I'm on the last one. This is how I like to end it. And I'll just slip this in here. And so now, I've got a and so now, there it is. We have a plaited heart. Now it's got a little extra here, so I'm just going to slide it back down. Gently, of course. And make sure all the space is filled. And there you go. There's your plaited heart. And if you want, you can trim this or something. It's better to trim it earlier so they're even. But you can trim it later if you need to. And another thing, you don't have to have round. You can always cut them into a triangle. Or you could cut them a little shorter and then do like a little heart right there, or a little shape at the top here. But I have done the triangles and they're interesting looking. But this is a heart in its truest form. Now, if you like it so well that you want to make an ornament, which I've done on a little tree I had, if you're going to do a little tree, it helps to have little ornaments. So just when you cut them, you know, cut them smaller. So instead of cutting them this big, maybe something like this. And then you would just, you might would only need 3 for that. And so you just make it smaller. You might want a little skinnier and a little bigger than that. But generally that's about the size. Now, I've got some ribbon here, and it's real simple to turn this into an ornament. Actually, I saw quite a lot of those when I looked up some pictures of these. That's what gave me that idea. So what you're going to do is just take and put a piece of Scotch tape or whatever brand it is that you need to use or you have. And just see-through tape's all you need. You put on both ends. And you stick one right here where the two meet, where the black and the white meet. You're just going to tape it there. See where that is? Okay. And then you try to make sure it's just straight. The ribbon is as straight as possible. And you just stick the other piece. Oh, I have it on the wrong side. Hold on one moment. There, it's on the right side now. Anyway, and you just stick it in the same place on the other side of it. Make sure it's secure, and there you go. You have a Christmas ornament. Although, like I said, it works better if they're smaller. So, I hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching. And please like and comment. Tell me what you thought about it. And also, I want to pose you a question for the comments. What's the most unique gift you've given, bought, or received? I'd like to find out about your interesting stories. Also, did you like what you saw? Because if you did, you can click the subscribe button and get a new episode each week. And that's how this show is going to be formatted. There'll be a weekly episode. Also, don't forget to check out the Crafting with the Craft Lady Facebook page. There I will announce when the upcoming shows will be posted. And I will also have a picture riddle each week for my viewers and fans and watchers to figure out. Answers will be posted a few days after the picture has been posted. They'll give you a little time to figure it out. And check out the Crafting with the Craft Lady community. And feel free to ask me questions via Facebook. The community, liking and commenting. You can ask questions there, and messaging. So basically, any form of electronic communications that are available through this. And see, I don't know how to do every craft. That would be humanly impossible, but I do know how to do quite a few. So if you have a question, I will answer it to the best of my abilities. And one day, I might have a show, a few times, I might have a show that's just questions I'm answering for my viewers. So, hope you enjoyed the show, and see you next week.